The Huron River Lodge. Somewhere in the Huron Mountains on the Huron River. Built in the early 1920s. This lodge was once a wealthy man's playground. The lodge used to have many trophy deer heads hanging on the wall. Expensive leather seating. Its name, if you go to maps from this area, is Kuhn's, K-U-H-N, Kuhn's Lodge. Sits high above the Huron River on a ledge. It's a miracle it hasn't gone over yet. A more modern garage. Currently for sale for something over $1 million. But there's 520 or 40 acres with it. I first came here in the 1970s. Spent a night here and was scared to death. It's pitch black here. Pitch black. There used to be bats pouring out of that chimney. There's the Huron River. What a view down there. There's the lodge. This fence was put up some years ago. There were fugitives hiding out here. Beautiful logs. Just don't know how long it has left. It's been like that for many, many years. Although it's caving in at the bottom. From the bottom up, it's going to be dug out down there from the water melting. I used to sit in that window there and look at the hummingbirds that were out here back when a man named Castro lived here. He didn't own it, but he was renting it. This was back when not so many people came up here. Across the river there, probably in a tree now gone, I saw my first eagle. We just sat here and watched him fly around. This was back in the 1970s when eagles were rare up here. The land across the river is for sale also. There's a pond down a ways. There was a door there. It looks like somebody must have taken it. Refrigerator in there, stove. That's the bathroom. Beautiful, hey? Now that door's closed. I haven't seen it closed in years. Wow, it gets more tore up all the time. Not sure what's in there. It rained on. People are still coming in there. Animal hole there. Years ago, a man named Castro was renting it, and he invited us to dinner. It was delicious roast beef dinner. The only problem is the table was full of mouse turds. When I asked Leon, what was that noise coming from the attic? He says, those are the bats. Thousands and thousands of bats. There's an old door. My friend Sue and her brother used to work here when they were kids. It was more fun work. But the man, Frank Lund, I think his name was, that was the caretaker. Check that out, eh? A nice slide down there. When Frank was done with something, he would just throw it over the bank. Yep. And there was an old pile of stairs and everything here, but it looks like they might have gone over the bank. Let's see, walk along here a little ways. Yep, there's some of the stuff. That has gone back drastically since last year. Once a year we like to come and just see what's going on here. Like I said, it is for sale. Over $1 million. At one time the game farm was going to be put here, but the locals put up a fuss. So the man from Pennsylvania who owns this decided not to go against them and built a game farm over on Point Abbey area. Yep, so that Frank Lund would throw, he threw Victrola over the edge, records. Whatever he didn't want anymore, he just threw over into the river. Quite the character. I think this is a trail down to the river. It's been logged, but there's about 200 acres of good trees left. There's a huge marsh on it, which you can access easily off of the Portis Road. Lots of wildlife here. Walk over here a little ways. This ground is kind of wet. I'm using my GoPro camera. Flowing good. Cabin's right up there. We just can't quite see it here. Be fun to see an eagle fly by. This silly thing here next to me. Try to get a couple pictures with my other camera. Anyhow, that's it. It's a beautiful spot. My camera keeps chipping. Sure love to see, well, I guess anything right now. Animal trail. If you take the river out, it comes to Huron Bay. And on the other side of it is Marquette County. Okay, let's Start our way up. I would love to have this back here. Yep, that dinner of stew, mouse turds, bats. One of the best meals I ever had in my life. The next night, Leon invited us back for leftovers, set the table and left. He says, you guys go ahead and eat. I got somewhere I gotta go. So we did, and we spent the night. Spooky. It was so dark. I was a young girl. It's a steep hill. I just think that was one of those old Indian signage trees pointing to the water. Wow, am I breathing hard? So now we come back to the lodge. Not going inside. I'm alone. And I'm not going to take any chances. That'd make an awesome picture right there. A few more. Maybe one here. Oh boy. Kind of sad seeing this. See if we get a last view of the river here. You can see it goes down a long ways here. See here. They clear cut this maybe 10 years now, maybe not. So there it is, the Huron River. Not sure how high we are, but I'm guessing we're maybe even higher than the rock cut up in the mountains. Iron Range, Huron Bay, Railroad, rock cut. Seems to be a path, an animal path along the edge here. To get to the other side of the river, you'd have to go up past Big Eric's Bridge, make a left on the first trail you come to, and after a ways, and I'm not sure how long by a ways I mean, you would come to an area to cross the river here. One more picture with my other camera. Oops. I think I'll get back a little bit here. Try to get a little bit more of it. Don't want to back up over the cliff there, though. I have many pictures of this place, but you never know when whatever one you take is going to be the last one, so I like to take a lot when I'm here. So, I wish this stupid wire fence wasn't up here. It was put up, I believe, by the fugitives. Looks like the sun's going to try to come out here. A couple more photos are in order. Yep, Frank also used to, like I said, there were a lot of bats in there. He used to shoot the bats right sitting there in the living room. The kids loved him. And when he got too old to be caretaker, he went to live at Sue's house. Her mother took care of him until he died. A lot of neat stories up here in the UP. This is private land, I might mention, other than it is for sale. It's been for sale as long as I've lived here. I think it's 540 acres. And over there through the trees is the big marsh. There's the trail to it. There's the trail out of here. It's kind of sad. This was all treed when we used to come in here. It really gave it an eerie feeling. Why is eerie such a cool feeling? Anyhow, this is it. The Huron River house, or shall I say lodge, Huron River Lodge, also known as Coon's Lodge. If you go to any map, look at the Huron River, you'll find Coon's Lodge. Has way over 1,000 feet of frontage on the river. Just a beautiful spot. Kind of a long road in. You'd have to have some good equipment to get in here. Or you could snowmobile in. The snow is not as deep here because of the, I don't know, why wouldn't it be? The winds, the river. We've come here in the winter and we're surprised. Anyhow, this is Nancy at the Huron River Lodge. Hoping you enjoy this little adventure. Thanks for watching. By the way, it's 11/24/2021. Happy Thanksgiving.